Hey guys, it's MrPokemyths, and I have a new Myths and Legends for you today. And I'm going to try and do something a little different, because in the past I've either done one myth a video, or 2 or 3 myths a video that were, for the most part, unrelated. But I've realized I kind of need to step up my game when I do Pokemon myth videos. So for this one, I am taking a bunch of different fan theories that are based off one another, and they all center around, is there a Pokemon government? The governments of the various regions of Pokemon are seemingly dictatorships, as whoever can best the previous ruler in battle is made the new ruler. However, this does not mean that the rulers are necessarily cruel. In fact, it is said that Pokemon trainers need to be loving and caring to their Pokemon in order to be good Pokemon trainers. Therefore, the most loving and caring person will become champion. However, each region is simply that, a region of a nation. We know that at least Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, the Orange Archipelago, and the Sevi Islands are all part of one nation. We know this not only because they are said to be very close to one another, but because they share the same national Pokedex. Now, it is called the National Pokedex and not the International Pokedex, which means it is one nation. I'll get back to the idea of a larger government than just the regions themselves in a minute, but now I'm going to talk about the different areas inside the different regions. Gym leaders act as the mayors or police chiefs of their cities. If a city or town does not have a gym leader, it seems that a town elder rules the city. In Pallet Town's case, that would be Professor Oak. In Lavender Town's case, would be Mr. Fuji. As far as a police force goes, Officer Jennies are the main police officers in the anime, but they only appear in Pokemon Yellow as far as the games are concerned. Normal town or city cops are seemingly corrupt, as they will attack a trainer if it comes near them at night. I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, cops aren't allowed to attack you with a vicious magical monster just because you look slightly suspicious at nighttime. And yes, I'm just going to touch on this for a second. There are theories that Officer Jennies and Nurse Joyce are actually clones of the same person, that they are each assigned to one town or city. Feel free to interpret that one any way you want, but I think that Pokemon just made a bad call, making every single police officer in every single town identical, as well as every single nurse being identical. So, I covered the champion, I covered the gym leaders, and I covered the police officers. So, where does the Elite Four fit into all this? Personally, yes, there are some theories that they are like a sort of Senate or a High Council type thing, but as far as I can see, they're just sort of elite bodyguards for the champion to make sure that trainers can't disrupt his power. Now I'm going to touch on something that has boggled Pokemon theorists such as myself for a while. The fact that the Pokemon world has universal healthcare, apparently, since you never get charged whenever you go to a Pokemon Center, and it's apparently free. And if it's alright with you guys, I'm not going to do a million different takes for this one thing. I'm just going to speak normally. The only region in which the whole universal healthcare system would kind of make sense is in Unova, because the Pokemart is inside the Pokemon Center. And that must mean that some of the profits from the Pokemart go toward the Pokemon Center, since it's all one thing. And all the profits are just committed to running Pokemon centers. And it's possible that these are government-owned. We talked about a kind of dictatorship. Everything might be owned by the government. And but if you go by that logic, it would kind of make more sense with the other regions, because the Pokemarts could be government-owned buildings, and the profits from the Pokemarts could fund the Pokemon centers. And before we get into the whole overcharging for the items at the Pokemart, it's like $300 for a potion or something. Now, keep in mind that the Pokemon games were made in Japan, and that the Japanese system is yen. Now, yen is 1 yen is worth a lot less than a US dollar. It's like hundreds of them is the norm. They're basically cents. In fact, the whole cents thing is actually a pretty accurate comparison because I'm looking at it right now. $1 currently equals 99.89 Japanese yen. That's pretty. So basically, one of their currency would equal a cent, roughly. And so you need to keep that in mind. So the 300 Poke dollars or Poke yen or whatever, that's really 300 cents, so $3. Okay, to kind of wrap things up, as far as I can tell, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, the Orange Archipelago, and the Sevi Islands are all regions in the Japanese-like nation. Unova is part of the United States type region, and Kalos is France. I'm not sure if Kalos is going to be a region of a larger nation or what, but it's if you look at the map, it basically is the exact shape of the entire nation of France, although yes, there could be some stuff a little farther south, but still. And, yeah, which means that there would be 3 separate government systems, one for Kalos, one for Unova, and one for the other regions. So it's hard to establish whether or not there is one solid form of government used in the Pokemon world. But that is going to be all for this Pokemon Myths and Legends. Thank you all for watching. Remember to check out this week's featured channels, and remember to like and subscribe. See you later. I would just like to take a second to say, yeah, I don't include all the released information by Pokemon X and Y news updates. I'm mainly just interested in the new Pokemon. If you would like to hear the other news, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to the latest news update brought to you by Pokemon's YouTube channel. And make sure to subscribe to them as well. One piece of information I did leave out of my last video is that Xerneas is confirmed as Fairy type, and Yveltal is confirmed as Dark Flying type, which I was excited to hear, but I forgot to put it in my last video. So, yeah, thanks for watching.